So far, so good. I mean, you don't really know all the time when you lose important pieces to graduation. In some sense, it's exciting because you want to see who's going to take advantage of their new opportunity. And so far, we've looked pretty good. It seems like our guys came back really ready to go, really determined. I think the disappointment of losing a couple key guys to injuries in that final and not knowing, how good we actually could have finished that year out last year has fueled them a little bit to get ready for the season. So I think that the key is always that we're trying to be our best at the end of the year, and it doesn't always work that way for every coach, even though we want it to. But last year was, a great example of going through a lot of turmoil in order to get to that end product, and we were really proud of the team that we put on the floor. I was very impressed with how locked in the team was and how focused they were on the game plan. And so I've really talked to them a lot about, well, what's it going to take to start the season that way instead of spending 4 or 5 months working really hard to get there. Let's see if we can kind of, start the season where we left off last year. And I think our younger guys understand what I'm talking about.
Ending on a strong note shows that we can do it, but we're really going to try this year to click and have things work for us early on so that we can be more prepared and be ready from the beginning as opposed to waiting till the last minute to get things going. We need to be more consistent and more aggressive. I think with rebounding is something that we're going to have to really work on, and just figuring things out early is going to be really key for us.
I think we just need to keep staying in shape and doing all the conditioning and stuff. Just getting out on the basketball court and working on our game. Just being confident. I mean, we have a lot of young guys, so as the more experience they get, I think the better we'll be.
Well, Deanna Mays is an obvious choice for team leader. She's our most experienced, one of our only experienced players coming back in terms of having a lot of success starting, being on an all-conference team and playing a lot in a championship game. So she really sets the tone. She sets a tone in our preseason workout. She sets a tone for work ethic, and certainly she sets a tone for basketball. I mean, our focus last year was so much about getting the ball to Sherelle at times and making sure we got Amber open threes, and this year our focus will be very point guard driven, and she's going to have to do a lot on both ends of the floor to really keep our team focused on the end goal, but also get them to understand what kind of what it takes for us to be successful.
I came in not really saying much or wanting to take a role, but after last year and then beginning of this year, she's really asked me to come in and try and be the leader of this team, and I'm just trying to do my best.
We have a leadership group of about 7 or 8 people this year that are taking on bigger roles because we have different strengths. So Deanna's really good about leading on the court. Latrice is really good about leading during workouts. So we're just trying to find who's good in what area.
It's pretty exciting to have your coach being part of the USA basketball team and seeing all the experiences that she has and just being over in Europe. It's pretty exciting.
It was great. We went over to Europe. It's probably the last time the national team group will get together before the preparations for the Olympics next summer. So it's just a chance for Gino to get a good look at some of the younger players mixed in with some really experienced veterans. It was a very tight-knit group. It was only 10 girls, women I should say, and I think we all got a lot out of the experience. I was able to take a little bit bigger role because Cheryl Reeve is playing, coaching in the WNBA finals, and I learn a lot. I have, the chance to be with Doug Bruno from DePaul and Dawn Staley from South Carolina, as well as Gino, and just when we talk about preparation for upcoming practices and games and strategies defensively, there's just so much out there that you can do that's different than what you do, and I try and soak as much up as I can, in addition to having a great experience playing, coaching with some of the best coaches and more importantly some of the best players in the world, and we traveled to some good places, so it was a phenomenal trip, and every time I come back it also makes me more hungry to be ready to be on the court with my own team. So we're getting ready to start practice on Friday, and I couldn't be more excited.